Hey everyone, Derek here for something a little different for me because I don't normally do channel updates or really have to do them. This has always been sort of a side content place, and in recent months, it's also been a place where I can kind of catalog all of my old playthroughs starting back in 2015 and going to until now. Because before this point, all my playthroughs were separate and spread all over the place. It was hard to really keep track of them all because, again, some were here, some were on Game Explain, some were on Game Explain Plays, for those who actually know what that is. And I just didn't have them all centralized, which I really wanted to do. And thankfully, and along with the help of Rob Arman X, who helped me gather all of them, they're now all in one place. Every day for the last few months, I've been uploading them, and it has been a task, but it's also been a trip down memory lane. And it feels good to have them all here, just there to enjoy for anybody who still wants to check out those old playthroughs. Everything from the Pokemon Nuzlocke to Paper Mario to what have you. There is stuff here. Castlevania. It is crazy to think about that I have all this content here, but that's the thing to talk about because my content is kind of dried up. I've been posting daily and now I don't really have the ability to do that. I'm out of content. I have my VODs that I do on occasion, but I only stream 3 days a week, soon only 2 days a week. So there's not a lot of stuff going to be coming out and going up on this channel. So it made me think about what I wanted to do with this channel, what I wanted to do sort of for myself, something I don't really get the chance to do too often. And I started thinking about a passion of mine that kind of fell dormant for a long time. And it's still pretty dormant, even though I still greatly enjoy it. And that's anime. I've been into anime as much as games for a long time, ever since high school. Most of my paychecks went to anime back when you got 3 episodes for $30. It was brutal. But as time went on and I got older and things shifted, I just stepped away from it. But I always enjoyed it. I always wanted to get back to it, especially one of them, One Piece. And so that is the future of the channel. Not necessarily the only thing. I'm still going to be uploading VODs here, but the plan right now is to start a new podcast, a One Piece podcast where I'm actually reading through the entire series. I've only really seen the anime up to a certain point, and then I switched over to the manga, and then I stopped a while back. It's been a while. Punk Hazard, for those who actually read One Piece. And that's when I fell off of the story. And I've always wanted to get back to it. And especially this year, this past year, with it reaching chapter 1000, with the episodes reaching 1000, it's been crazy to see just this resurgence and just everybody talking about One Piece. And it's reminded me how much I love the series and want to get back into it. But it's been so long that I wanted to start from the very beginning again because there's so many little details that I might have lost over time. And that inspired me to do something a little different because we're always making content. I want to do something with this channel. And so I've decided to start my own One Piece read-through podcast called One Piece at a Time. And I will be joined by a wonderful co-host for this entire journey, Brandon Bovia of Shonen Jump, who does the lettering for stuff like Kaiju number 8, Dragon Ball Super. He is within the industry and is just a big fan of One Piece. He's actually all fully caught up. So we have this perspective of somebody who's lapsed from One Piece but is familiar with it, and somebody who is super into One Piece. And I think it makes for a great dynamic. And we've already started recording. Episodes we are far in advance. The problem is time to edit. And I was hoping to just launch right into this as soon as these got finished. But between Amy getting sick, me getting sick, I was just too far behind. And so instead, I've set a new date to start, which will be January 7th. I believe that's the first Friday of January of 2022. And that's when I will launch the podcast where we take a look at five chapters of One Piece every week, discuss them, give our thoughts, and just, dive into the show, dive into the manga, dive into what the story is, what it does well, what it doesn't do well, how it builds off of things, how it changes and evolves over time. And I've been very happy with what we've pulled off so far. We have recorded, as of this moment, 6 episodes, and I've fully edited 2 of them, working on episode 3, just in the free time that I'm able to get in order to get on top of that. But that brings me to the future and what that means and why I'm actually giving this update, because I decided that I'm going to try my hand at my own Patreon. It's going to be very simple, nothing too crazy or wild. It is just for amount of money. I'm still deciding. I'm sorry about this, but I'm trying to decide between $1 or $2 a month. You get the podcast 3 days early every Friday instead of Saturday. And that's it. You get to enjoy it early. It's just kept it really simple because I'll be honest, I don't have the extra time between Good Vibes Gaming, streaming, taking care of my son. There's a lot of stuff on my plate, so I just don't have the time to add in like tons of crazy tiers and whatnot. This is just sort of, hey, you're enjoying the podcast, you want to see it early, you want to support me, thank you so much. It's really appreciated. Here's an option for it. And hey, maybe if it grows, I can start adding in other tiers or think of rewards or think of other things to do to expand upon this idea with One Piece. But I chose One Piece because 1, I love it, and 2, there's a lot of content there. At 5, I calculated it out, at 5 chapters a week, doing it every week, that is 4 years of content. But, and that's just of right now. So in the 4 years that takes to us to get to the point we're at right now, of course, there'll be even more chapters to catch up to. And theoretically, maybe it'll even be finished by the time we get to that point. Who knows? But it would be kind of wild if we were able to just go straight through. Hard to say, but, that's for the future. But yeah, the plan right now is to launch a Patreon, which I haven't set up yet. And I will be posting it every Friday to the Patreon early. And then it'll go up on streaming services and my YouTube channel here every Monday. That said, for the launch of it, I want to make sure that you all have an idea of what this podcast is going to be about, what to expect, and hopefully get into it. So for the first week, that first time, the first 3 episodes are going to be uploaded. So Friday, January 7th, I believe it is, the first 3 episodes will be available to patrons right off the bat. They can check it out and see if they dig it. Same goes for Monday for everybody else. I will upload all 3 episodes to the YouTube channel as well as the podcasting services to check out and see if it's something you want to see and hopefully enjoy. And the plan is to just keep going, have a bunch ready, and just try to stay ahead of this so all of you can enjoy it. Because I do want to try to have some quality to this as far as edits, and as you can tell from me going off the cuff here, I stumble over my words a lot. So I'm trying to tighten that up, make it look good, try to sound good, and, learn as we go along. We're hoping to improve each and every week as we try out this experiment. And again, so far, we're having a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to it. I think it has a lot of potential. I know there's a lot of One Piece people out there, but I'm hopeful to bring out a new idea around it, especially starting from the beginning right now. Maybe people will be inspired to pick it up themselves. Maybe they'll be inspired to reread it with us, just to relive it, or maybe they'll just enjoy us talking about it. Who knows? But I wanted to give it this shot, and I wanted to give you a heads up because, obviously there's going to be less content from the point of now until One Piece goes up. And even then, it's not going to be a ton of extra content. It's just One Piece plus my VODs. And I think that'll still serve us pretty well. That's still hours of content every week for this channel. And I'm excited for it. I'm really hopeful about what we can pull off here. So I just wanted to break it down, what my plan is, what you can expect. But yeah, the basics are I'm going to be starting a One Piece podcast called One Piece at a Time. That'll release for patrons, which will be probably a $1 or $2 tier. Again, still finalizing that on Friday, January 7th. For everybody else, that'll upload on YouTube right here and podcasting services. I'll be using Anchor like Good Vibes Gaming does to get it out to all those other places. And so you can enjoy it on whatever podcast service you want to use for that. On that Monday, I believe that would be the 10th. And we'll have 3 episodes for that launch day, both on Patreon and for everybody else. And then from that point on, 1 new episode a week as we shoot forward and go through the entirety of the One Piece manga and tell about our experiences with it, what we think, what we feel, what we, what works, what doesn't, all that good stuff as we go through it. So yeah, that is the plan for the channel. I hope you're all excited. I know I am. And until next time, bye.